that my half-eaten sandwich back there? It is. Can you even see it? Oh well. Before I start this video, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for like your love and support. I got like quite a few messages on my Instagram, and like people were so sweet, so great, and people were like wanting to hear like my whole entire journey and experience. It was awesome. Mainly a special thank you to my mom, because she really was with me throughout my whole pregnancy, and like we had like a rocky relationship before my pregnancy, and we were always arguing, always like getting in each other's faces and yelling. And then after everything happened and the funeral happened, we just became really close. We don't really argue as much. It just brought us together. So I tried something new with my hair. I'm not quite sure if I even like it just yet. I'm probably gonna add some more highlights. I was going more for like a grunge look, like a 2000 Avril Lavigne type of, I don't know. I was listening to like Falling in Reverse and Avenged Sevenfold when I was doing my makeup, so this is just what happened. Also, I changed my background. Let me know if you even like it. I'm not even sure. Okay, so this story time is about my top 3 worst dates. Now, I've been on a lot of dates. I used to date a lot. I was going on a different date every weekend. Back in the day, of course. I've had a handful of dates to where it was so bad, like so bad to where I can make it into a really long story. Like it'll be a 30 minutes long type of story, but these are the dates I'm telling that were like bad. It happened after that night, we didn't talk kind of dates. So my first date, this was like way before I was pregnant, probably like a year before. This guy, oh my gosh. Okay, I thought he was perfect. Okay, so the first night I met him, I did not like him. I wanted to punch him in the face. So I met him on Tinder queen, like, of course. Like, I thought he was really cute. I literally thought everybody was cute back then. Like, I was desperate. And so we matched and we were talking. He was like, let's go to the movies. Me personally, I think the movies and bowling are like the top 2 worst dates to do if you're first meeting somebody, because in the movies, you literally can't talk. The bowling, like, you're going back and forth. You're trying to have a conversation like while you're getting your ball. Pretend this is the ball. Hey, it's your turn. By the way, what's your middle name? Yeah? Oh, that's nice. They go to bowl. Oh, thank you. Yeah, mine is Daniela. So what's your favorite color? Oh, okay, be right back. Hey, by the way, what's your favorite food? Yeah, it's your turn. Like, that's a terrible worst first date. So the movies, he wanted to do that, and I think we were going to see, like, it was a scary movie, because I remember I was trying to cover my eyes, and he snatched my arms away from my eyes. Like, sir. Like, that was unnecessary. So we're gonna call him Brian, because I don't know a Brian. So me and Brian decided to meet at the theater. I'm like in a cute dress, like it's a black and white striped dress with like little strings, and you know, I'm wearing a cute black jacket over it. It was real cute. This is back in the day when I had my long, beautiful black hair. I texted him and I said, hey, I'm here. And he says, meet me inside. So I go inside. I'm looking around. I don't see him. So I go back on my phone and I start messaging him. This dude walks by me and says, come on, let's go. We're gonna miss it. I'm letting him know I'm inside, and he just passes by me real quick and says, come on, let's go. We're gonna miss it. Can I get a hello? Can I get a hug at least? Can I get a you look great? How are you? My name's Brian. So I put my phone away and I'm like, oh, okay. And we go sit down. The movie starts. I'm like watching it, and things are so awkward because like we didn't even introduce ourselves to each other. Normally when guys offer to buy me stuff at the movie theaters, I always just like stick with my icy. I love Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper or ices. And like when I go with my best friends, I always get like a hot dog. I'm not talking about those like little tiny weenie hot dogs. I'm talking about them big old Angus hot dogs. Like, I go big or go home, baby. I get that. I get icy. I get a box of candies. I get apple crisp cinnamon chips. I get the nachos with the chili on the side. But when I go on like little dates, like cute dates, I stick with my Coke icy. I was gonna get up and go pay for it myself, but I was just so awkward back then, so where I didn't want to stand up and walk past him because I was just so awkward. Not in the middle of the movie, but kind of before the middle of the movie, like when like stuff starts, like the haunting starts happening, because I think we were watching like one of the Conjuring movies. It was either the Conjuring or the Annabelle movie. Like one of the first haunting scenes starts happening. He goes, hey, so like, so how was your day? What? How was my what? How was your day? Shh. It was good. Hey, you shush. Like, he was trying to have a conversation with me during the movie. At this point, like, things are getting awkward. People are saying shh, like, to the movie because he's talking loud. And so I straight up start ignoring him. The movie's almost over and he's like saying stuff. Like, he's literally mumbling stuff and I'm like looking over, but he's not looking at me. So I'm just thinking maybe he's talking to himself or something. I don't know. So that was that. The movie was over. And so we start to leave. And when we go outside, he's like, do you want to go out to get some food? I was like, it's midnight, like I'm really tired. And he was like, that's fine, like we can just get food real quick. And I tell him like, no, I'm like really tired and plus I have to be up at 6 a.m. He was in the army. He goes, yeah, me too, I have PT. He ain't getting the hint. It's not even a hint. I'm just saying I don't want to. So he walks me to my car and he leaves. That was it. And so the next day he messages me. He's like talking to me and stuff and I'm kind of just blowing him off. And then like a week rolls around and I end up going on another date with him. And the date actually, like we went to Genghis Grill, like this Mongolian stir fry place. And the date went actually really well. Like we were talking the whole time and he was like, I actually thought you were really stuck up and stubborn. I thought you were like one of those girls. I thought you were so pretty, so you were bitchy. Why would you think that? Because during the movie you didn't talk to me. Like I was trying to talk to you and you weren't talking back to me. Oh, you mean the movies where people don't normally have conversations because they pay to watch a movie with like a few other people in the movie theater? I was like, of course I wasn't gonna like keep up a conversation in the middle of the movie. He was like, oh, just the first impression, like it was really bad. Fast forward, we only talked for like a week or two and then he sends me a Snapchat of him at a strip club because he was trying to get me jealous or whatever. And stuff like that doesn't make me go, oh my gosh, you're at a strip club, like what can I do better as a woman to make you feel better as a man? Like what can I do? Like how can I like entertain your needs? No. I was like, what? Huh? Why are you at a strip club? And then he sends me a video of a stripper shaking her booty in his face. He goes, I have options. You have options? Sir, those are strippers. You think they care about you? They try to get their money and go home. I don't know what is up with some men thinking they're gonna like go to a strip club and the woman's gonna fall madly in love, consider her as an option. Like, no. First off, I'm not no option. If you talking to other girls, go ahead and talk to them. I'm not trying to compete. But a stripper, I have some stripper friends and they do not care. They do not care about your feelings. They're not there to fall in love. They're there to make their money and go home and be with their actual man. So I was like, I completely dropped him after that. And then literally the next day, this other dude messaged me and I went on a date with him the next week because I have options. So that was the first really bad date. It was actually kind of like 2 dates. So this next date actually happened pretty recently, like before the whole like COVID-19 stuff broke out. I had, and I still kind of have, like once this thing is over, I'm gonna go back to my normal jobs. I have 2 jobs. One of them is at a Mexican restaurant, the other one's at a Japanese restaurant. And one of these Japanese restaurants is hibachi. So when I go on dates, I go there because I get discounted food. So me and this guy, we're gonna call him Rick. Okay, let's call him Rick because I don't know a Rick. And so me and Rick, he would like hit my Facebook messages all the time and I just never responded to him, and if I did, it was like really short. And then one day I was like, you know what, let me give this boy a chance because he did post a video and it was him in the club and I was like, you know what, he is kind of cute. I saw him like in the video dancing and I was like, how tall are you? And he goes 6'2". I was like, oh my gosh. So of course, like I don't know why, but that like really made me like him even more. Planned like a date and everything. He was all like, what's your address? And I go, oh baby, no. Oh, I don't give my address out on the first date, not the second date. Like I'll meet you there. He goes, really? I cleaned my car out and everything. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm gonna meet you at the restaurant because I'm not giving you my house address. So nighttime rolls around, I go meet him and I'm looking real cute, listening to Meg the Stallion, you know, boosting me up. I was catfished to the max. So he ain't 6'2". He don't look like his pictures or that video. How do you catfish on the video? I don't know, but he didn't look like it. I guess the angles he used. But so I don't really have a chin. So with my future man, they gonna have to be crimson chin, you know. They gonna have to have chin, you know, for our child, you know. I don't really have lips. lips like that. So my man's gonna have to have some lips on him or something for our child. So this man, I already knew he was not gonna be my husband because he ain't had no chin. And honestly, I could say that because I don't really have a chin like that, but he ain't had no chin. Like, it was just like neck and then his cheeks. Like, he had really small lips, and I was like, oh, like, this ain't gonna work out because I got the same thing. So I was like catfish. I walk in, like, because I'm so hungry, like, I'm gonna eat some food, duh. And the hostess is, you know, my friend. She literally looks at me like, hey girl, hey, just a booth, like, just for us two. So we go sit down. I say, hey, I'll be right back. And I go back to the hostess stand, and I'm like, listen here, bitch. You better not say anything, all right? If anybody asks, he is my cousin. I got catfish. This girl bust out laughing. She was like, oh my gosh. She was like, yeah, he does not look like your type at all. Because she knows my type. After that, he was just talking. And honestly, like, I'm not even shy at this point. Because, like, if I'm not really into you, if I'm not into you at all, I'm not shy. I'm, like, really myself. I'm, like, one of the dudes, you know? And so I was talking to him, and he was like, oh my gosh, you're so fun to talk to. You're so great. It's because I'm not into you. Like, I'm not shy at all. After the date and everything, like, he pays for the meal, like, so sweet. That's so nice of him. And he tells me, I know you said you're like 5'6", but I think you're lying about that. How am I lying? How am I lying? I'm like, really, what makes you think that? He goes, well, it's because I'm 6'2" and you're like almost my height. I just don't think you're 5'6". I think you're like 5'11" or something. Sir, I am most definitely 5'6". I don't really care about height, okay? My exes were like 5'5", 5'6". I was literally taller than them. I don't care about height. But you don't gotta lie about it. So the fact that he said that, and then after that I went to Walmart to get some painting supplies. And he was like, I'm at Walmart too, because we were texting after that. And so even though I got catfished, even though I wasn't like really like into him, I was really desperate. We didn't meet in Walmart or anything after that. Like, I got my painting supplies and I left. And he was like, you should come back to my place. And I was like, I don't want to. I just don't want to do that. It's not the right time. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. I did the mistake of flirting back with him. Like, we were flirting through text message and stuff. He was really only interested in my body. I didn't send him like any vagina pictures. Like, he asked for some vagina pictures and I was like, ugh. No one gets to see this cooter unless I want you to see this cooter. Like, I'm not going to send you my coochie because you want to see it, sir. My coochie ain't for everybody, all right? My coochie don't belong to the streets, all right? And that was that. Like, after that, he made really bad jokes. I kind of stopped replying to him because even though like I was flirting with him and like I just knew he wasn't the one, I didn't want to lead him on either. So I just stopped talking to him. Hey, can you come over? Hey, can you come over? I'm trying to give you some pipe. And I was like, damn it, what did I do? What did I do? I've created a monster. The last thing on Snapchat I saw of him before I blocked him because I was like, I made a oopsie. Like, I shouldn't have flirted back when I knew I was not into him. I shouldn't have done that. That's a oopsies on my part. So like the coronavirus like just broke out. Everything's happening. And this is the biggest turnoff is like corny ass jokes. Like when guys force themselves to be funny, like it's forced comedy. I hate forced comedy. Like, so he gets Corona beers. He sits down in front of his Snapchat camera and he goes, guys, I got the Corona. I got the Corona. Like, I just got it. I just got it, you guys. Huh? And men say women aren't funny? I am confused. What? He had a pack of Coronas and he was like, I got the Corona. I blocked somebody so fast. And so my third worst date. So this wasn't even a date really. This guy came to meet me at my job when I had my Tinder account. Yes, because apparently I don't learn my lesson. Well, I learned my lesson now, but back then. So this took place at the Japanese restaurant that I worked at. And like I'm swiping on Tinder because like we were really slow. No one was really in there and I'm with like my friend, the one I told you about in like the story just now. I matched with this one guy and he like instantly messages me. He's like this tall, light-skinned guy, beautiful, like hazel eyes. He's like actually tall, actually 6'2", Mr. Corona. He's so beautiful. He goes, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, I'm just at work right now. And he goes, I'm actually pretty hungry. I'm just driving around. And he ends up like meeting me at my job. And at this point, like the hostess, the other one leaves. Like that, she leaves. So it's just me. And he comes in. He's like sitting there and I'm like, hey. And he comes to hug me. And I literally messaged him on the text message, when you come inside, just sit down at the, cause like it's like the hostess stand and then there's like a booth right here, like a waiting area, and no one was really there. So I was like, when you come in, just sit down at the booth right in front of the hostess stand and like we can talk from there because my managers are like out here and stuff. He comes inside and he hugs me right away. You can't even follow simple instructions. After he gives me an awkward hug, I go and I look around and my manager is like, slut. My manager knows about my dates back in the day. He sits there and I'm like trying to talk to him and he's one of those guys that try to come off so cool and collected and like so mysterious. So I'm talking to him, I'm like, hey, so how was your day? It was alright. It was pretty cool. Huh? What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't really hear you. And you know me, like, just... How was your day? Well, like, I've been here for a few hours now. I'm hungry and I'm probably gonna get some sushi after this because your girl gets discounted sushi. We should like hang out after this, you know, like we should probably hang out. I go, are you okay? Like, are you upset? Like, cause he had like an angry face while he was talking. No, I'm just like this. Like, this is just how I am. Like, this is just how I talk. Okay. So after that, I get off work. We go outside and we're like talking like outside in my car. And then he goes, can we just like sit down in your car and talk? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I got my basic California rolls. Like, people say that's not sushi. I kind of agree. It's like just basic, you know? And I like ate it in the car. You should really try them. They're so good. So he tries one and he goes, yeah, they all right. They all right. Sir, these are delicioso. What are you talking about? Like, I don't like dudes like that. Like, you don't have to be like trying to be all cool and chill 24/7. Like, I like me a man that's goofy and like he's fun to talk to. We could talk about literally anything. He's like open and stuff. Like, I understand. It was the first time me and him met. It was literally the first time. So I'm shy. This is probably his way of being shy. So I let it slide, you know. Literally within like the first hour of us talking, I really like your pants. I mean, thanks. They got teriyaki sauce and soy sauce all over it, but what? And he tries to reach under my seat, right? And tries to grab my voluptuous booty cheeks and he ends up grabbing my back fat. My back fat. He's just squeezing up on my back fat and I'm like, I don't want to tell him like, sir, get your hands off my back fat. So that was really awkward. And I'm like, can you not touch me? So he takes his hands off and he was like, I'm sorry, like you're just like really thick. Don't touch me though, like what? And so he does a thing where he's like, can I have a kiss? And I turn and I'm like, no, because I just met you and also because I just ate sushi. He goes, that's fine, just like, here's a peppermint. Literally pulls a peppermint out of nowhere. I'm like, did that come from my back fat? I had the peppermint, I'm eating it, and he's like, can I have a kiss now? No, but thanks for the peppermint. He goes, he freaking kisses me. I cut it and I cut it short and I'm like, okay, I think it's time for me to go home. Like, what? Guys that move too fast, way too fast, is a huge turn off for me. Like, you already want to be kissing. This was in like the first hour. All this took place in an hour because as soon as he came and sat down in the restaurant, I was already closing. We were in there for like 15 minutes and stuff. And then by the time we got outside, 15 minutes passed. By the time we were inside, we were talking for like another 15, 20 minutes. And then after that, that's when he tries to kiss me like on the first hour. So guys that want to move too fast and stuff, I'm like, it was a huge turn off. So I pretty much cut it short and I was like, I gotta go home. And so he goes to his car and he leaves. Not the next day, but like, cause the next day he was like not really talking to me. And at that point I was like, whatever, that's weird. I'm not even interested anymore because you try to move too fast. And so a few days later, my friend and I go to the mall and we're just walking around. I go to Sephora and he messages me and he goes, hey, can we chill? And I say, no, I'm sorry, at the mall right now with my friend who drove all the way from Austin to see me. Dang it, I really wanted to go to the movies with somebody. And I go, I'm sorry, I can't go. And then he messages me and says, I can't stand you clean bitches. What'd I do? What'd I do? My Tinder profile was obviously still up because I met you for an hour, dude. Hour. And he even had his profile still up. So I wasn't on Tinder those last few days because like I was just like, I'm not interested anymore. Like I don't even think I want to even be dating. But still, I had my Tinder account up and I wasn't even on it. After I said, what are you talking about? He calls me. He sends me a photo, but it's not loading because I'm in the mall and it's terrible service. So he calls me and he's like, did you get the picture I sent you? And I go, no, I time been at the mall with my friend this whole time. I don't have time to look at my phone. And he goes, well, it's your Tinder profile and you're just like every other bitch. What are you talking about? I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, listen, I'm a grown woman. You're the one that tried to move too fast with me, and we're also not in a relationship. I literally met you for an hour and then I left because you were being too touchy, you're being too clingy, and you're being too creepy. Okay. And he goes, yeah, my friend sent me it because he saw you on there. Huh? Your friend sent you a screenshot of my profile? Like, that's the most stupidest thing to say ever. Like, you had your profile up, you just didn't want me to know, which I wouldn't even care because we're not together. We're not even in the talking stage. Like, I respect the talking stage, don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm talking to a guy, we're not really together yet, I'm not gonna entertain other dudes. But me and him met for an hour. And he also told me that he's getting deployed in a few weeks anyways, so he's not even gonna be staying here. Oh yeah, an army dude, I forgot to say. And then he keeps calling me a clean bitch. Sir, if anything, you are being a bitch. Like, stop complaining, go out there, do whatever, like, just. And he kept messaging me like, just unfriend me, just block me. And I'm like arguing back with him, which was so stupid. But at the end of the day, I legit blocked him because I was like, I don't need to entertain this. I make great choices. Moral of the story: Tinder is mainly for like hookups and shenanigans like that. Don't get Tinder if you're looking for a serious relationship. But because of Tinder, I do have a lot of great stories about my terrible Tinder dates. So thank you for giving me some content, Tinder. Like, you're not all that bad. But yeah, those are my top 3 worst, terrible, stupid, oopsie, what, huh? kind of dates. Thank you guys so much for your love and support from my last story time about my stillborn experience, my pregnancy journey, all that stuff. It means a lot. Go ahead and like and subscribe to take our relationship to the next level. I didn't say that in my last video because it's not the appropriate video to have an intro and outro, stuff like that. Like, follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. Feel free to DM me, message me, whatever. Let me know if you want more terrible Tinder dates, and I actually have so many bad dates. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.